Hi, Joe Strazzeri here. We're going to talk about level 5 curiosity. I'm going to ask you to take a little journey with me in that on the left-hand side, you've got abdication and complacency. And in abdication and complacency, I don't think you get as better results from anything for working with your healthcare professional, your family member, your legal, financial, or tax professional, your spouse. Abdication and complacency means, I'll leave it to you, whatever it is, it is. That can happen over time because you trust somebody and you're just not paying attention anymore. That's problematic. Or it could be, I'm just tired of dealing with it. It could be, I've got so much else going on, I can't. But if something's important to you, maybe we can look at another version on the other side of the spectrum called care to know. You'll notice that it says notice, inquire, shift, discover, and activate. And I'll kind of walk you through a way to be curious. We talk about curiosity, but we often don't have a methodology for it. So on this level 5 curiosity I'll talk about, are you and others showing up ready to partner? When you walk in a room, can you rate yourself on a 1 being low, 10 being high? How willing am I to partner, or how invested am I in a result I'm trying to convince people? The more I invest in a result, the more I'm running away from something, the more I'm trying to protect, the more angry I am, the more frustrated I am, the lower score I get. The higher score I get is, man, I think I want something like this. I want to understand what the other person needs, etc. So you could pose a question you're afraid of or uncomfortable asking to yourself or the group. The uncomfortable question is probably the source of what's going on with you. You could pose it to yourself or you could pose it to them to start before we get to an action. Pose that uncomfortable question. Like, why is it you want this instead of that? I hear your frustration, but I don't understand it. Can you help me find out what happened before that's causing it? What's the worst possible outcome that can happen and how do we avoid it? What is it you really need? Can I share with you my big question? I'm just not too sure I want to do this again because last time it hurt me. Be able to have those careful conversations and questions with yourself first and with others right after notice so you can inquire. Then think about your patience or your constraints or your behavior and say, am I willing to shift something? Am I willing to not be frustrated about this? Am I willing to listen one more time with an open ear rather than a judgmental one? What am I willing to shift? And if you're willing to shift something and you tell somebody else you are, they might shift their perspective too. Then as the conversation goes on, try to find something new that you didn't know. Not convince somebody of something, not tell them, but you yourself find something unexpected that you didn't know. As you're looking for things unexpected, curiosity builds and more options appear before you. Then start to partner with them to say, with these new perspectives and shifts and what we saw, and we're talking about the difficult stuff, what we find if we partner together under this new awareness? Not what are we going to decide, but what could we find? It's in this combination of notice, inquire, shift, discover, and activate the partnering process that curiosity lives best. Completely opposite abdication and complacency, completely in I care to know and I'm here for you. So we'd use this kind of a tool to say, when I've asked you before to be curious, what are the steps to being curious? They're not easy and they're a lot within yourself, but you're going to notice that as you act this way, the more times you do, the more people around you will start to act this way too, and the better outcomes you can find. Thanks.